First, I want to say a special thank you and a slight salute, if I can, even though I'm not in uniform, to Sheriff Ahern. When he was first approached about hosting these hearings today out here, he didn't hesitate to say, without a doubt, yes, we would welcome that opportunity, and he and the men and women of the Alameda County Sheriff's Department have really been very helpful in helping us to host today's event. I want to say thanks to all of you for taking time to be here, and in some capacity, all of you are engaged in public safety on a daily basis in your various roles. I'd also, even though there's some mention of it a little later on, want to say a special thank you to Secretary Cates for being here today from Sacramento, served on the California Statewide Supervisors Association, and he was before our body maybe 4 or 5 months ago, giving updates, and I have to say that he was very open to having these kinds of interactions so that he could factor at least the thought process back in Sacramento in terms of what's happening, not only around reentry, but around the whole issue of public safety. And to all of you who have taken the time out of your day to be here, thank you so much for being with us. Although I'm not a religious leader, if you would permit me, I'd like to kind of open up a few comments with a scripture from Hebrews chapter 13, verse 3. It says, "Remember those who are in prison, as though in prison with them, and those who are mistreated, since you are also in the body." And I thought of opening with that because on some level, everybody is in the body. You may be in the body of those who are incarcerated or recently released. You may be in the body of public protection. You may be in the body of community-based organizations and the infrastructure that supports our community. You may be in the body of the community, but we are all in the body. We are not the only ones who are experiencing this challenge of reentry, reassimilation into the community. The subject of reentry and early release is often mischaracterized and misunderstood, leading to conflict and anxiety between the various governmental agencies, formerly incarcerated people, families, and other community members that should work together to develop the best strategies to address this issue. Today's hearings are a reflection of how we do things here in California. Many other states are, as I said, are facing the same large budget deficits that the state of California is having and experiencing, and we're looking at cost-cutting strategies, but nowhere else, to my knowledge, are the affected parties coming together to have this kind of planning process, dialogue, and thought process, and to strategize on how to address this issue. According to the National Governors Association and the National Association of State Budgets, our states are facing budget shortfalls approaching collectively about $256 billion between the years of 2009 and 2011. And according to the Michigan State Legislature, the state of Michigan's projected shortfall is about $108 billion. The state is currently considering the early release of approximately 7,500 state inmates. According to the Texas State Legislature, the proposed budget shortfall for next year is about $19.9 billion. Almost sounds like that we're approaching here in California. According to the Morrison Institute of Public Policy at Arizona State University, the state is facing about a $1.5 billion deficit for the next fiscal year and is considering early release of up to 13,000 inmates. In January of this year, the Times Union of Albany, New York estimated the state budget shortfall to be at $8.2 billion. The state is considering early release of about 1,600 individuals. So again, as I said earlier, I believe none of these states have engaged in the collaborative efforts that is going on here today. We would not, again, have been able to get the complement of those who are sitting here to receive testimony, to give statements, if it wasn't for a collaborative working of that from the Sheriff's Department, from other parts of the county, and especially I want to give a special thank you to Rodney Brooks on my staff, who has been working in this issue, around this issue for quite some time. This is the way things will run today. We'll have a wealth of speakers that will provide a brief yet informative testimony that is insightful about the challenges facing those who are engaged in reentry into our communities, as well as those who are affected by that. Hopefully we will craft some approaches and solutions to these issues. Solutions are being crafted on a daily basis by way of how do you balance your budgets yet provide those kind of needed resources, either for while people are incarcerated or through community-based organizations or the complement of programs that individuals need to access, such as medical, housing, and others. But we'll hopefully be able to hear a little bit more about those consolidated solutions. After the testimony is completed, the panel of experts will each give a few minutes to respond to what they heard today. And if we have enough time, I'm hoping that we can open it up to a few questions from our audience.
There's no brown ones.
The budget situation and the current early release proposals provide the perfect storm for this opportunity to craft solutions to this early release issue. So we hope that the information today will help to clarify some of the confusion on this complex issue and allow you to engage in constructive dialogue and have appropriate activities that will follow as a result of this dialogue. Now I'm going to ask Rodney Brooks from our staff to come up and to introduce the speakers for today. And again, thank you for being here.